Discourse 31 through 33. Germain, Jesus, and Arcturus speaking. Germain. It is with great joy that we are observant of the tremendous accomplishment, individually, nationally, and cosmically speaking. For when we have the use of and can cooperate with those great and mighty cosmic currents of energy directed by that great, wise intelligence, then we know that every step moved forward brings us nearer and nearer to that mighty glory and freedom which many are learning to feel and rejoice in. Here I want to say in great love, gratitude, and blessing to the hundreds of students who have been projecting the divine love and wisdom and power of the mighty I Am Presence into the mental and emotional world, and assure them that a gigantic work has been accomplished. For if mankind and the beloved students can once understand that all cause rests within the mental and emotional worlds, then they will have reached a point of understanding wherein they know with complete assurance that the outer activity of mankind must and will come into perfect order when the only cause, the mental and emotional activities, are corrected and held in subjection. Since 300 years after Jesus' ministry, mankind steadily and surely drifted back into dealing with effects instead of causes. And that is why no permanent assistance has been possible to be given. Now, with the assistance that the turn of the cosmic wheel permits, it is possible to bring the consciousness of mankind back into dealing with the cause. And the effect, if out of order, must disappear. This is why the knowing of the mighty I Am Presence, its power and whereabouts, is bringing the students to deal only with that one and mighty presence, whose cause is full perfection. When their attention is fixed upon the mighty I Am Presence, they are dealing with the one and mightiest cause, whose one and only expression is perfection. Therefore, their worlds first become filled with ease and rest, and through that, they begin to feel the glory of this mighty presence. As they begin to feel it, they realize that they can reach forth to this mighty presence consciously and release such a mighty avalanche of its mighty energy that the human does not even have time to re-qualify but a fragmentary part with its limitations and inharmonies. Therefore, the strength which is required to give the eternal proof to the individual is sustained. Thus, through the individual's own self-conscious effort, comes the greater and greater recognition of the possibilities within his conscious grasp. Mark you, I say, conscious grasp, for it is only through, first, conscious acknowledgement, second, acceptance, and third, application, or in other words, consciously directing this mighty, intelligent, pure, perfect energy, that the outer or human is kept dissolved enough for the outer to truly grasp these mighty activities. Now this mighty, eternal light is being released to show mankind why the outer world has been so filled with tragedy, as more and more of the students of this mighty I Am Presence realize that through their thought and feeling are the only causes in their worlds, and that it is entirely within their province, within their ability and dominion to control their thought and feeling, then they will know that to reign these harmoniously, sustaining this activity will fill their worlds with eternal perfection. This day, when the great feeling and thought are fixed upon the Christ activity, It has made possible as never before the filling of the mind and feeling of world of mankind with this mighty cosmic Christ presence. Thus, can you understand how great is our happiness on this Liberation Day to see the goal of the freedom of mankind now? Therefore, O beloved students of light, to every discordant, limiting appearance say, get thee hence, thou powerless human creation. I know thee not. My world is filled only with the mighty perfection of my mighty I am presence. I take away from you foolish appearance, all power to harm or disturb. I walk henceforth in the light of the mighty I am presence, in which there is no shadow, and I am free, forever free. I say to you, O beloved students, do not fail to charge your mind, body, home, activity, and world with the love, perfection, and intelligent activity of your mighty I am presence. Send forth, through conscious projection, the mighty violet consuming flame, consuming everything undesirable and imperfect in your world of activity. Consciously qualify this with the full power of divine love in action. Then see and feel what great beauty, happiness, and perfection you will experience as you move forward. I urge the students, with all the earnestness of my being, to constantly charge everything within the activity of their thought and feeling with love, abundance, and perfect achievement. Do this qualifying with dynamic energy. Put great feeling and sureness back of it, and you will find such changes taking place in your world of activity and environment as almost to compare with the rubbing of Aladdin's lamp. I say to you, beloved students, with all the love of my heart, use this mighty application to your freedom. When you call the mighty I am presence into action, into your life, environment, and activity, all struggle ceases. The undesirable moves out, and the I am presence moves in. And you find that you have truly entered into a new world filled with the happiness and perfection you have always known existed somewhere within your own heart. May your hearts, O beloved student, be filled with our eternal presence of divine love, and may you become so charged with its active presence that its very radiance becomes an eternal, consuming activity, keeping out everything but the eternal light of perfection. Charge the mental and emotional world of humanity with our eternal, active presence of divine love, manifest everywhere in the hearts and minds of mankind. In the name, in the power, in the love of that eternal light and perfection of the universe, I send forth the consuming, purifying flames throughout the earth, freeing mankind, controlling the feelings of mankind and holding them in the embracing presence and perfection of divine love, now and forever. With all the love of my being, Saint Germain. Jesus, we see and feel the great change which has taken place. It is truly most encouraging, most assuring of the ultimate goal of victory and the freedom of mankind from the chains and limitations of their own creation. Mankind does not understand that the human activity alone is the only creator of limitation and inharmony there is. In other words, through the unchecked activity of the outer, personalities allow themselves to constantly requalify the perfect energy, the pure essence of their own mighty I am presence. producing all that is undesirable. When it is within their ability to keep themselves so harmonized that the perfect intelligence and energy flowing through the human form could not and would not be requalified. Therefore, it would constantly do its perfect work, not only in perfecting the human form, causing it to express divine perfection, but it would allow that purity and perfection to flow out into the individual's world, producing the beauty, harmony, and success each heart so much craves. Why does almost everyone desire greater beauty, perfection, and abundance of every good thing? Because it is an inner recognition of each one's own God-given dominion, which everyone can assert at any time. I assure you, beloved children of light, that every individual can assert his dominion at any time if he only will, by his recognition and acceptance of his own mighty I Am presence. For that enables this mighty invincible presence to become the mighty directing and acting intelligence. Therefore, do you not see that to this mighty presence there is no obstruction, therefore no struggle, no interference of any kind? Then mankind may have the evidence before their own eyes of the freedom and dominion which is within their own grasp. In all past golden ages, when the great light of the higher octaves descended into the earth, enfolding and dissolving the human creation about individuals, they were so enabled to reach into the higher octaves through the inner sight, hearing and feeling, that they knew firsthand the true reality, and that the outer form was but the garment of this all-wise, supreme intelligence, which the mighty I Am presence used to find expression in the denser octave into which the human had drawn itself. All mankind will one day understand that everyone can make the necessary self-conscious effort in the recognition and acceptance of this mighty I Am presence and have this same freedom. Let me make clear to you now that never until you have made the ascension do you cease to make conscious application for your own freedom. So today I'm going over some of these simple yet all-powerful acknowledgments of the truth, because I wish every student under this radiation to have a copy of this so each one may read it once a day. To those who will do this earnestly and conscientiously, I will give forth my own individual radiation to bless them and assist them to their freedom. You have been asked throughout the past year to charge your mind, body, home, world, and activity with the perfection of the mighty I Am presence. Let me assure you that this work of Saint Germain and myself is entirely different from anything that has been given forth to the Western world, because in this work there are no human concepts nor opinions. It has not been possible to do this heretofore until the visible light and sound rays could be established through which knowledge and instruction could be given. If you, beloved ones, as students can realize this, how great will be your blessing and benefit. Oh, if humanity could but realize this, how gladly and willingly would they cooperate to their utmost to sustain it so its all-powerful activity might ever increase. We can but call your attention to the truth, the reality as we know it to be. When you can finally accept this truth and apply it in your own world and activity, you will have all the proof required in your own experience to enable you to know the full power of the truth of which I have spoken. The key that unlocks these doors is divine love in each one's acknowledgement of his own mighty I Am presence as the fullness of the power of divine love acting. The door to the 7th octave of light stands open to every one of the beloved students under this radiation who will make sincere, earnest, self-conscious application. This, my beloved brothers and sisters, means your freedom, Can you, will you grasp this with the full power of your I am consciousness and be free? Know that in my ascended eternal light body I can and do reach all who will open their hearts to my reception. O children of earth, learn to couple your feeling of the truth with the acknowledgement of the truth that you wish to have manifest in your life. Then you will be enabled to go forth to any height of achievement in your quest for freedom. As I am dictating these words to the messengers through amplifiers which your outer world has not yet known, these words and this radiation are going forth into the mental and feeling world of humanity, which will immediately start into operation. And as the students and individuals contact these words from time to time, they will find an immediate response which will enable them to feel the truth and the reality of which I speak. I am the open doorway which no man can shut. Your mighty I am presence is the truth, the way, and the life. Your mighty I am presence is the light that lighteth every man that cometh into the world. Your mighty I am presence is your directing intelligence, your exhaustless sustaining energy. Your mighty I am presence is the voice of truth speaking within your heart, the light enfolding you in its luminous presence, your eternal belt of protection through which no human creation can pass, your eternal reservoir of exhaustless energy which you can release at will through your conscious charging. Your mighty I am presence is the fountain of eternal youth and beauty which you can call into action and expression in your human form today. Your mighty I am presence is your resurrection and the life of your body and of your world of action into that perfection which the heart of every human being so much desires. Listen, O beloved students of light, when you are uttering these decrees for yourself, and I am uttering them for you, do you not see that we are doing it for all the rest of mankind as well as ourselves? That when you issue a decree of and through the I am presence, you are issuing that for everyone else as well as yourselves? This is how the application and expression of the I am becomes all-powerful, exhaustless in its activity, and forever acts beyond the realm of human selfishness. Why? Because you are asking for every one of God's children the same perfection which you are calling into action for yourselves. This is not possible except in the conscious use of the I am statements and application, for acting within the I am presence takes you instantly out of the activity wherein there is human selfishness. This is why the earnest, sincere student who will cast out all doubt and fear will find himself or herself acting within a sphere of positive, definite activity which knows no delay or lack of accomplishment in anything. Then, O beloved ones, do you not see how you are then acting in a world of infallibility, wherein your decrees enable the full power of the I am to move into action, causing all human inharmony and limitation to move out? I now voice the decree that the host of ascended masters and students issued last night at the Royal Teton Retreat. Such freedom, health, prosperity, and harmonious action shall come forth for America and the world as has never before been experienced on earth. The students who will join us in this decree will render a service that will bless them throughout the ages. Only because America is the cup, the Holy Grail, do we often speak of America first. All should know without question that what blesses America blesses the world, an activity, a radiance such as has not been known since the height of the last golden age on Atlantis was sent forth from the conclave at the Royal Teton, the description of which Saint Germain will give you later. The fullness of my love, light, and blessing I leave with yourselves, all the students and all mankind, that the light within each heart may be so quickened that you and they will no longer know limitation of any kind, and the light becomes so powerful that its very radiance consumes all discordant human creation accumulated through the past or present, setting all forever free. My love enfolds all forever. Jesus the Christ. Arcturus. O America, we love you. Mighty seed of God's eternal manifestation, we give praise and thanks that thou art sustained and guided by God alone. The day on which independence within thy heart was established, thou didst become a radiating center of light to all humanity. We give praise and thanks that out of all will come peace and prosperity to mankind in thy embrace. Back of thee is the power that will sustain and maintain the reign of God on earth. This light shall illumine and strengthen the hearts of thy children in all ruling places, and out of all shall come love, justice, and wisdom. America, we love you. 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 The very substance of earth is being quickened into greater activity, and as the children of God walk the earth, so shall they feel the current of God flowing in, quickening them into greater love, loyalty, and desire for thy freedom. O America, thou seemst to have become bound, but thou art not. Thou art entering into thy great freedom. Thou seems in the throes of pain, but thou wilt be born into that great peace, health, happiness, and prosperity. The Christ child enfolding thee, America, has grown into majesty and power. It no longer pleads but commands obedience of all that is of the outer to the service of the inner presence. The power of divine love reigns thee and consumes all unlike itself. America, we give praise and thanks that thou art a great jewel within the heart of God, the lamp of illumination, lighted by thy mighty I Am presence, the chalice, the crystal cup, holding within its pure radiance the freedom, peace, health, prosperity, and illumination of all those who dwell within thy embrace. May all the world feel thy radiance and be blessed by it. Peace, 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 and on earth, goodwill to man. We give praise and thanks that this is God's wisdom, the mighty I Am presence, speaking. Arcturus.